he has a master's degree. Today, he is delivering someone else's lunch. He isn't lazy. He isn't unlucky. He belongs to the most educated generation his country has ever produced. And across Asia, he is not alone. Here is the strange part. These are the people who did everything right. They studied. They earned the degrees their parents dreamed of. So why is it that again and again, the most educated young people are the ones who can't find work? For decades, the message across Asia was simple. Study hard. Get the degree. The good life will follow. And a whole generation believed it. In China, the share of young people going to university went from almost nobody to most of them in a single lifetime. India and South Korea pushed millions more through the same door. The promise was clear, but the jobs were not. Start with China. In 2025, a record number of students graduated from its universities, more than 12 million in a single year. But the economy that greeted them had slowed. Youth unemployment for those aged 16 to 24 has hovered near a striking number, far above the rate for everyone else. So, where did the graduates go? Many went somewhere no one expected, into gig work, driving, delivery. In China, more than 7 in 10 delivery riders work part-time. Often, young graduates earning money while they search for the job they trained for. Some carry master's degrees. One was a doctorate holder from a top university. The credential was real. The matching job was not. Now, look at India. Here, the puzzle takes its sharpest form. On paper, India has more graduates than ever. But its economy hasn't created enough of the jobs they were trained to fill. And that gap shows up in a single, stunning statistic. According to the International Labor Organization, a young Indian graduate is far more likely to be unemployed than a young Indian who never learned to read or write. The jobless rate for graduates, around 29%. For those who cannot read, just over 3%, almost 9 times higher for the educated. In India, unemployment is, in the ILO's words, mostly a problem of the educated young. Then there is South Korea. On the surface, its youth unemployment looks low, around 7%. But that number hides something, because it only counts people who are actively searching. Korea has a growing group it calls resting. These young people aren't in school, aren't raising children, aren't ill. Many of them want to work, but they have effectively stopped looking. And so, statistically, they vanish. They don't appear as unemployed at all. By 2025, the number of these resting young Koreans reached its highest level since records began. And here is the echo of China and India. The rise is being driven by the most educated. The number of college graduate resting youth keeps climbing, while the figure for those with less schooling has barely moved. The further they climbed, the harder it became to come down. 3 countries, 3 different stories. But look at the shape. In India, a graduate is 9 times more likely to be jobless than someone who can't read. In China, the educated drift into delivery work. In Korea, it's the graduates who quietly stop looking. The degree that was supposed to guarantee a job now lines up again and again with not having one. So here is the pattern beneath all 3. It isn't simply that there are no jobs. It's a mismatch of speed. When university degrees grow faster than the jobs that need them, the most educated are left competing for work that doesn't exist, or stepping out of the race entirely. This isn't a shortage of work. It's a shortage of the right work for the people most prepared to do it. But this frustration is not where the story ends, because a generation that feels locked out makes a quiet choice that echoes for decades, a choice about marriage and about children. And 20 years later, that choice comes back to rewrite the country completely. One nation in Asia has already arrived at that future. In Part 2, we'll show you which one and what it means for everyone else. Subscribe, and we'll see you there.